You ever notice how a great goal in hockey isn't complete until the celebration hits? Like, the puck goes in, the horn blares, and then the player gives you that little extra moment. The celly is that flash of emotion that turns a play into a memory. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's dramatic, sometimes it's full-blown chaos.
So Kopp, who hits the post, makes the play to Wallman, and that's all she wrote. Wow.
But every once in a while, you see a celebration that sticks forever. So let's talk about the best cellies in NHL history, the ones that made you laugh, made you shout, or made you text your friend like, "Did you see that?" Let's start with the most recent King of Chaos, Alex Ovechkin. On April 6, 2025, Ovechkin's sitting on 894 goals, one away from Wayne Gretzky's all-time record. UBS Arena is packed. Every fan, even Islanders fans, knows what's about to happen. Then it comes. Classic Ovi. Left circle, power play, wrist shot, bang. Blocker side on Sorokin. Goal 895, the all-time record. The place explodes. The announcer barely gets the words out before Ovi turns, drives forward, and belly flops across the ice like he's launching into a pool. Arms out, flat as a pancake, sliding over the blue line. Teammates sprint out like kids at recess. The crowd loses it. Even Gretzky's grinning in the stands. And Ovi, he says later, deadpan as ever, "Ice was bad today, so I fell." Sure you did, Alex. Totally accidental. You just happened to recreate your 2018 fountain dive from the Cup run. TJ Oshie called it the fountain flop. Katie Ledecky even rated his dive form on Twitter. It was one of those pure joy moments. You could feel the relief, the pride, the weight of years of chasing Gretzky just slide right off his chest. Literally, the NHL stopped the game for nearly 20 minutes because nobody wanted to stop celebrating. You can't choreograph that kind of happiness. It's Ovi, it's history, and it's chaos in the best way. Now, go back 12 years, 2013, double overtime conference final. Blackhawks versus Kings. Chicago's looking for the knockout punch, and who else but Patrick Kane steps up. He picks the puck, buries it. Series over. Chicago to the final. And the celly, classic Kane. No screaming, no jumping, just that smooth glide across the ice. One knee down, finger pointing at the net like, "Yeah, I did that." Calm, confident, cold. It's the kind of celebration that says everything without saying a word. The heartbreaker, because every time Kane did it, you knew it meant someone's night just got ruined. He used that move so many times it became his signature. My favorite part? When Austin Matthews tried mocking Kane's style years later. Did the hand-to-ear pose after scoring on Chicago. 28 seconds later, Kane tied it up and hit Matthews right back with the exact same celebration. That's elite-level trolling. You can't script that kind of revenge. Kane's celly was never about to dance. It was about the statement, silent swagger, pure showmanship. But before any of that, back in 1993, there was Teemu Selanne, the original King of Flash. Rookie for the Winnipeg Jets. March 2nd, he scored his 54th goal to break Mike Bossy's rookie record. And instead of a fist pump or a glide, he goes full action hero, tosses his glove up in the air, aims his stick like a shotgun, and bang, mimes shooting it down. Is ridiculous and perfect. The crowd loses its mind. The announcers don't even know what to say. The kid had just shattered a record, and his celebration was as wild as his skating. Afterward, Teemu said he felt a little embarrassed. "I didn't plan it. I was just so pumped." Yeah, no kidding. You could feel it. He ended that year with 76 goals as a rookie. Nobody's touched that record since. The glove shot became legend. It's been replayed, remade in video games, even referenced by players today. You could argue that Selanne's glove toss invented the concept of a modern hockey celly. And then there's the one that's more art than celebration. Bobby Orr's flying goal in 1970. It's not even technically a celly, but come on. It's the image of hockey. Overtime, Game 4, Cup Final. Bruins versus Blues. Orr shoots, scores, gets tripped, and flies through the air with his arms stretched out like Superman. That photo, the one outside TD Garden? Yeah, that's the one. It's so good that even if you've never watched hockey in your life, you know that picture or didn't plan it. He wasn't thinking, oh, I'll become a statue later. He just scored, got clipped, and suddenly he's flying through history. You can still hear the call, Bobby Orr scores! And the Boston Bruins win the Stanley Cup. The emotion in his face. The fans going wild behind the glass. It's everything the sport's about. You can't fake that kind of joy. Every time someone wins a cup now, that image is the benchmark. Every kid who dreams of scoring in overtime wants that feeling. Airborne, frozen in time. Jump ahead 50 years, different vibe entirely. Jake Wallman, Detroit Red Wings, 2022. Overtime winner against the Penguins. He scores. Then, and you might have seen this coming, he hits the gritty. Yeah, the dance from the NFL in Fortnite. Quick foot taps, swinging arms, straight face, like he ain't even trying to be funny. The crowd's losing it. His teammates are laughing. Kids at home are copying it instantly. Wallman said afterward he dances off the ice too, so it was natural.
So Kopp, who hits the post, makes the play to Wallman, and that's all she wrote. Wow.
But the best part, he does it for charity. He turned that viral moment into merch and sent the profits to the Boys and Girls Club of Detroit. That's how you make a celebration mean something. He's done it a couple times now, including a penalty shot overtime winner in 2024. But here's the rule. He only gritties after a walk-off. No second period nonsense. Only the biggins. It's part sports, part pop culture crossover. You see NFL players doing hockey moves now and kids doing gritties on frozen ponds. It's proof the sport's evolving, and honestly, it's hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, let's talk about Tiger Williams. The guy's name already sounds like a comic book character, and his celebration fits. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, every time he scored, he'd hop on his stick like it was a horse and ride it down the ice. Arm pumping, grinning like a maniac. It was pure theater. The best part? Nobody dared mess with him. The man had nearly 4,000 penalty minutes in his career, the most in NHL history. You don't chirp the guy who can fight everyone and still has the energy to ride his stick afterward. It became one of hockey's earliest personality-driven cellies, way before social media.
Tiger Williams, more penalty minutes than anything else, but oh, when he scored, did he know how to celebrate? Get on that stick, you wicked...
Then, decades later in 2024, Montreal's Michael Pezzetta brought it back. Same move, same swagger, and the fans loved it. It wasn't just nostalgia. It was a tribute, like saying, yeah, we remember when hockey had a sense of humor, eh? And finally, Evgeny Kuznetsov. The Birdman, you know the one. He scores, drops low, spreads his arms, and flaps them wings as he prances toward the bench. It's equal parts goofy and confident. You see that, and you instantly know who it is. He did it first in the 2016 World Cup and kept it going through his years in Washington. It's in NHL video games, kids copy it in mini-sticks games, and even his daughter's obsessed.
For Ovechkin, who's turning away from it, Kuznetsov continues the thrust. Great move! Score!
She apparently gets mad when he doesn't do the bird celly and demands an explanation at home. Imagine scoring in the NHL and then having to justify your celebration to a 4-year-old. Daddy, why no wings today? No pressure, right? Kuznetsov said it came from FIFA, the soccer video game, and that he just likes the joy of it. His teammate Tom Wilson said, when the wings come out, you know he's locked in. That's how you know it's good, when even your teammates cheer for the celebration itself. These are the moments that make hockey human. Because, yeah, goals matter, stats, points, trophies, all that. But the cellies, that's the emotion. That's the link between player and fan. It's the second after the puck hits the net when you get pure personality. You remember those more than a box score. Ovi's belly flop wasn't just a record. It was a career exhale. Kane's finger point wasn't arrogance. It was theater. Salon's glove shot was joy on ice. Orr's flight was legacy. Wallman's gritty was pure culture. Tiger's stick ride was defiance. Kuznetsov's bird walk was happiness unfiltered. And if you think these moments don't matter, go watch a game where someone scores and doesn't celebrate. Feels wrong, right? It's like watching fireworks with no sound. The celebration is the punctuation. It's what makes hockey more than just a game of goals and saves. It's a game of emotion. Every era has its style. The 70s were raw and spontaneous. The 90s were creative and bold. The 2000s brought back the swagger. And now we're seeing hockey finally loosen its tie. Players are showing more personality, more individuality, and it's good for the game. The celly has become an art form. One dive, one dance, one flight at a time. The funny thing is, these moments often come from instinct. Nobody sits in the locker room drawing up a dance plan. It's adrenaline, joy, sometimes disbelief. And that's what fans feel too. You don't plan to jump off your couch, you just do. That's what makes these cellies magic. They're snapshots of emotion, frozen in time. So yeah, the NHL's best cellies aren't just highlights, they're little windows into what makes the sport great. They show us that even in a league full of rules, structures, and systems, there's still room for chaos, fun, and humanity. That's why people remember them years later. And it makes you wonder, who's next? What rookie's gonna score and come up with something we never seen before? Another dance, a leap into the bench. Maybe someone finally breaks out a backflip. You know it's coming. Hockey evolves, and so do the celebrations. One last thing. Next time you see a player score and lose their mind, don't roll your eyes. Remember Ovi sliding across the ice, Kane pointing at the net, Salon's glove in the air. They're not showing off. They're sharing the moment. And honestly, hockey needs more of that because goals are great. But the cellies, that's the heartbeat of the game. So which one's your favorite? You an Orr purist? Or an Ovi belly flop believer? Or a Kuznetsov birdwalk fan? Drop it in the comments because half the fun of these moments is reliving them together. Hockey gives us the goals. The cellies make them unforgettable.